welcome to the Questionnaires podcast, where each week we source the best questions from Yahoo Answers and attempt to provide the best advice from...
Do dogs want us to lick them back?
To...
Is it illegal to mow the grass at a public park?
We're here to prove that every question deserves an answer. Joined with me this week, as always, is Marcus.
Hello.
And Damien.
Hello.
I'm Tom. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. How are you, Damien?
I'm tired.
Tired?
Yeah.
Speaking of tiredness,
Yeah.
now I want to, right off the bat, do you guys remember your dreams well?
Sometimes.
I rarely ever remember my
Really?
dreams.
Okay.
Rarely ever. Except for today.
I'll remember them when I wake up and then be like, that was good. And then I'll go back to sleep and wake up and it's erased.
And it's erased.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about this dream until this morning. I went downstairs to have breakfast. Okay, I'm going to tell you my dream.
Okay.
All right.
So I was downstairs.
We'll tell you what it means. We'll
Yeah,
be
okay.
dream readers.
Yeah.
I can tell you what it means immediately.
Okay.
After the story.
Yeah.
So the dream was essentially I was driving past in my car McDonald's and going, I could really go for a bacon and egg McMuffin.
So you're going to say, and I was going, I'm loving it. But
Jeez, man.
basically.
Dream big, Marcus.
And then in my dream,
Dream big.
hold on. In my dream, I had an argument with myself saying, no, you've got cereal at home. I eventually make it to McDonald's, and I thought to myself, no, I want the Monopoly stickers.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So that's how I walk in, get there, it's 11 o'clock, and it's like, sorry, we don't do breakfast anymore. And I'm shattered.
What? I thought they did all day breakfast.
And then I walk out the door, and I'm like, wait a second, they do all day breakfast. And dream ended. That was my dream.
So
Wow.
your dream tried to shaft you. I like to think that it's like if it was an episode of something like a short film or something that you walk out and you go, wait a minute, they do all day breakfast. Credits.
I mean, did that actually happen in real life? Did you really want a bacon and egg McMuffin?
Well, I woke up this morning and went to get
Wrappers around
breakfast.
him.
I woke up and I was going to get cereal. I'm like, wait, do I want bacon and eggs? And then that's what made me remember everything. I'm
Oh,
like,
so it came to you then.
yeah.
Either that or McDonald's have found a way to advertise in people's dreams. They're like Freddy Krueger. If you believe in them,
Yeah.
they manifest in your dreams.
Exactly. So
I
I'm
saw
probably
they
going to
did-
get bacon and egg muffins.
They
soon.
did a partnership with Freddy Krueger and Leo DiCaprio from Inception. Marcus wakes up, there's people with briefcases plugged in.
Well, it's good that you had some, I guess, kind of nice dreams. I had a lack of sleep.
Oh, no.
As a result of, I had to endure my first neighborhood house party
Oh,
living in my
okay.
house.
Ooh,
Right.
yeah.
Was it like how far? How many houses away was it?
Right next door to me.
Great.
Yeah, right. So the neighbor gave me a heads up earlier in the week.
That's nice
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, it was. And my thought process was, I'll be the cool neighbor. Yeah, no worries, mate. That's not a problem.
I've partied before.
Exactly.
I know how to party.
That was my logic. I was always like, once I get my house, I went to many house parties. I'm sure I annoyed many neighbors, so I have to pay it back.
Yeah.
Type of thing, right?
It's just what happens in that movie Pay It Forward with Kevin Spacey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although I think his dad lit him on fire or something.
We don't talk about Kevin Spacey anymore. Not at all. So what happened was, so we had been out, me and my girlfriend, we got back, and there was youth loitering in our front yard.
Yeah, yeah.
So we shooed them away once we kind of pulled in, right?
What you drew, you're just like, come on, guys.
Oh, but I didn't say anything. They saw the car rock up and they...
They moved.
Yeah,
Okay.
once I tried to
Scram.
run one over, then they all just...
Yeah,
they got the
that's
message.
fair, yeah.
Old man Philo. Get out of here.
Anyway, so we kind of struggled. My girlfriend struggled to sleep, and I said, "Don't worry about it. I'm sure it'll be over soon." And then it got to 1 o'clock, and the music did not stop. And I was so close. I was like, maybe I should call the police. Only because, right?
yeah.
I think I would have been more tolerable if it was music I was at least familiar with.
Okay.
If it was like pop music. That at least had a melody to it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But when it's hard trance and it sounds like somebody's kicking down your door for 6 hours straight,
Right.
it just I was going crazy. And if I rang the cops, it wouldn't have been to complain about the noise. It would have been a crime against music. I've been
So I'm
They've been
hearing,
playing horrible music for the last 6
Go over
hours.
there and tell them to change it to Dancing Queen.
Yes.
you're like, I'm fearful that there's a blood orgy, like the start of Blade.
Yeah, yes.
Sprinklers spraying blood down
Yeah.
on everyone while trance music plays.
We ultimately tolerated it. It was
Yeah.
fine, but it was just their music choice that was not ideal.
You're like,
Yeah, but you know what it is? Even if they had good music choice, you'd still be, you'd still hate it. And I can sympathize with you.
Yeah.
If I hear a lot of loud noises like from a party, I usually go, yeah, it's all right, whatever. My girlfriend, I can sleep through it. My girlfriend can't, and then she wakes me up, and I'm like,
okay.
I'm like, I'd
So you
rather
suffer
her,
anyway.
Yeah.
I'd rather her sleep. I don't care about me losing sleep. I'd rather her sleep because then I'm going to just hear it anyway.
what,
Yeah.
what do you think is worse, bad trance music or bad karaoke?
Oh,
Bad karaoke.
Bad karaoke?
It's like
Oh,
chocolate.
no, it could be like...
That's a really good question.
You could laugh at it, though. If you're awake, you'd be like, geez, that's awful.
Yeah,
When
but
did
there
you
is
have
something about bad
brown-eyed girl?
karaoke.
Yeah, but
it's only enjoyable if you're also drunk.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're just hearing somebody scream like a wounded animal, it really cuts through the music.
Yeah.
That's all you can hear.
Nah,
It's a
bad
tough one.
karaoke.
You know what?
I prefer trance.
There is
It's
at
got
least,
a beat at least.
I prefer
I go
trance.
trance because it's at least kind of like a rhythmic. It might lull you into a sleep. Whereas one really
Yeah, right.
bad sharp note from Dancing Queen that
Yeah,
somebody's singing
that's true.
would wake you up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if it's the same beat, like if it's the same sound, you can get used to it and go to sleep.
Yeah, right.
If
I
it's
get you.
like, you're like, no.
Yeah, I get you. Well, look, I'm sorry, boys.
It's
Let's
okay.
hope that you're
We're complaining about sleep. How's your sleep
I
gone?
slept fine, baby. I slept fine, baby.
As a new father,
Doing well.
That's
well.
it.
That's
All
good.
good. Let's. Hopefully, you guys aren't in so much of a daze that you can't answer some questions for these people on Yahoo Answers.
I
so.
slept fine. I was dreaming about Mac because I'm
Okay,
fine.
all right.
I'm good.
I always have time for the people of Yahoo
All
Answers.
right, cool. Well, Marcus, eye on the prize. Okay, don't
Yeah.
think about McDonald's. We're going to think about it for the
right.
next half an hour.
My advice is
answering
just giving out
questions.
bacon and egg McMuffins everywhere.
Get a muffin. Provide some advice to these people from Yahoo Answers. We each bring a question to the table to try and help these people on their journey. And that's how the show works. The other thing we do is we choose a theme for each week to name the question askers. It's my theme. Ooh. And I've sent something in the chat group just then so you guys can browse through. Now, the Melbourne show is on at the moment, which is a yearly thing where there's animals, there's rides, there's also show bags. I thought we could name our question askers after show bags.
I love it.
Ooh.
And
I
what I sent to
absolutely
the
love
boys in the chat group is a list of show bags
Yep.
that they can choose from.
Yeah.
to name the
When
question
I was
askers.
younger, I used to love the show because they'd put the show guide in the newspaper.
Yeah, right,
And
right.
I'd go through and highlight what I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What have
Do
they
they,
got?
do they still do that, or I guess
I don't know if it's in the
online?
newspaper anymore. I think it's purely online.
I'm sure they've got an app or something for that. Anyway, so
Damn, these look pretty deluxe.
I've already had a look through, and maybe I'll
You
go
go
first.
first
first, yeah.
because otherwise we're just going to be
Me and Marcus are
So
browsing.
pick your
Yeah.
favorite show bag.
Yep.
I'm going to also list the contents of my show bag.
Okay.
So the show bag I've chosen is the indie show bag.
the indie show bag.
Wait, really?
The indie show bag. Let me
Okay.
just tell you what you get in the
Yeah,
indie
I'd
show
love to
bag.
know.
All right, yes, please.
You get an indie tote bag.
Oh.
You get a t-shirt that says Forever Free. You get some indie sunnies. You get an indie silk look scarf or hat.
Yeah.
An indie woven belt. The Rock Nudes eyeshadow. I don't know if it's like The Rock, as in Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You get some hair.
He rocks eyeshadow.
some hair color spray, some liquid eyeliner, some instant eyeshadow, and some water because you've got to stay hydrated.
Nothing says indie like a commercial show bag. That's it.
And
That's how
everyone's
that
walking around in
works.
Forever Free t-shirts.
It's all exactly the same.
We're indie. So that's going to come from the indie show
How much
bag.
is it worth? Do you
It's
know?
$30, I believe.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not bad for some.
But the value is $199.30.
Yeah,
apparently.
sure it is.
Yeah,
It
alright.
also says the total value. You can sort by most expensive if you want to, go Lux if you like. The boys are just enjoying the
Sorry,
actual.
we're enjoying the show bag.
Yeah, we're loving
All
this
right.
too much.
So this question is going to come from indie show bag.
All right.
All right, indie.
My neighbor demands me not to wear shoes at home.
All right. Okay, keep going.
So this afternoon, after I got home, I saw a note on my door. It's from my downstairs neighbor. In the letter, she said, "The floor is thin. We can hear you walking around. Please don't wear shoes or walking barefoot. Wear something soft like a house slipper. Thank you." Well, my first reaction is kind of embarrassed. Then I got confused. You see, I can hear the person living above me walking around too. And I hate it as well. But I can put up with it. That's the downside of living in an apartment. What should I do? Because I tried to wear those rubbery Adidas sandals and they make my feet sweat badly, with and without socks. Then I wanted to buy those Asian fluffy house slippers, but it looks stupid. Another thing is that what if I have guests? Am I supposed to force everyone to take their shoes off? I live in the US where we don't have that shoes off culture enforced upon us.
Okay.
And furthermore, sometimes when I bought new boots, not cowboy boots, lol, regular Timberland work boots.
It's okay. We didn't think they were cowboy
Don't worry, bro,
boots.
we're not accusing
They're
you.
not the default.
I like to break it in faster by wearing them at home, even to the treadmill. So, should I stop doing that now? Indie show bag.
Indie show bag. Oh, man.
Well, we were just talking about noise complaints.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is a noise complaint I haven't even considered, that somebody is walking too
Someone's on my
loud.
ceiling.
I mean, you have to walk around your house. That's just a way of living.
That is
Imagine
a way of
having
life.
to worry about this, like
this.
walking on your tiptoes.
I'm just
rather than your
imagining
heels.
these people trying to not annoy their neighbors and just like snaking along the ground, like stomach first on the ground, just
going prone,
shimmying,
like commando, sort of
around
on your elbows and knees.
And then they've got like all this static energy that when they touch someone, just like,
Electric.
Yeah. I think fuck the downstairs neighbor.
Fuck the downstairs neighbor.
Put it this way. It's your way of life, okay? Now, fair enough, they've suggested you wear something soft and all that, and it makes your feet sweaty and stinky. You don't want that.
I can empathize with that.
Yeah, exactly. It's not ideal. You don't want stinky, sweaty. Like, if you're a single man and then you bring over a lady and then she's like, oh, no, you got to put on rubber clip-clops because downstairs doesn't like your heels.
Yeah.
You're not going to pick up any lady with that.
Right.
And I think it's a quality of life sort of thing. Like, they chose to live in the apartment downstairs. They chose that apartment. Now, granted, it sucks, but that's the choice they make.
I mean, there could have been worse things. You could have. I mean, you could buy a house and then not realize that you live next door to a kid who plays drums.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what are you going to do then?
Yeah.
As someone who played drums as a kid, we got many noise complaints.
So how did you combat? Like, did you say just so you know, Saturday mornings from 10 till 11?
Nah, well, that's the thing, because drums, like, I just played it whenever I felt like it.
Right.
So
That's the life of a drummer.
Yeah, exactly right. Which is when the music hits you, you know?
of course.
So I eventually just ended up buying an electric drum kit so I could put my headphones on and they wouldn't hear me hitting that.
yeah.
Tapper, tapper, tapper.
Yeah, but that's also an expensive solution to,
Yeah.
to the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's very true.
So I sympathize with the downstairs neighbor because it's like, yeah, it sucks, but you're also in the same position with the person above you.
That's true.
Is it going to be like a
Chain reaction?
domino effect where everybody needs to wear these fucking slip-ons because like everybody doesn't want to hear the noise complaint?
Realistically, the place could have been built a little bit better. I don't know how it works as far as the code, the building code that says that you need to soundproof it in such a way.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'd imagine that it would be something that you'd have to think about when building an apartment building.
Yeah, well, this reminded me of... Do you guys remember when Wii Fit came out? And it was like super popular.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, it's just basically a video game that allows you to work out. Comes with a balance board. You can kind of like... It weighs you and does all this
Yeah,
other
you
stuff.
do like yoga on it and
So
stuff.
apparently in apartment complexes, that was a big... source of noise complaints because people were doing jumping jacks and that sort of thing and pissing off their neighbors directly below them.
Right.
So, and Nintendo are releasing a newer version of that, but they have a feature where you can turn that off.
Oh, right.
So, like, there's no jumping exercises, please, essentially. So, I mean, I've never lived in, like, that close quarters, but so I'm assuming you probably hear everything.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I don't know.
I mean, it'd be the sort of living that you probably couldn't do things like practice drums.
Yeah.
Maybe even like play guitar if you're doing an Angus Young sort of like hopping around.
Or you'd
on
have to,
the-
like, soundproof one room or something.
Yeah, I think it'd be a little bit more difficult.
This is probably the hardest situation because, I mean, you walk... Literally to get anywhere in your apartment, you have to walk.
Yeah.
Put in some ropes and just swing
Right,
around like,
you know what I mean?
like a
What are you
monkey.
supposed to
Donkey
do?
Kong around.
Yeah, right.
Like start walking on your hands? Like, what do you do?
Did they say if it was floorboards? That's
They didn't say what it was.
I reckon it would be carpet. I don't think you'd be
so
hearing walking
a
around.
possible solution would possibly be expensive for you.
Put carpet in.
Not a whole lot. Don't carpet the whole house, but
Right.
maybe like a few spots, like choice spots here or there, that you get like a little bit of a carpet, like a rug.
Or maybe
Wrap it
just
up.
get two feet-shaped pieces of carpet and walk around with them around the house.
I
your
think they're
feet.
called slippers. I think that's what
I
they
don't think
tried.
so, Tom.
They
I don't
tried
think so.
them, and they don't like them. How do you feel about the shoes off policy? Now, this is something that I see.
But
Like,
they didn't want bare feet either.
that's true.
It's like-
they
so
said
they don't-
barefoot is like your heels are too raw. But I mean, if you're wearing,
get fucked.
yeah. But I see this on Reddit all the time. Is whenever they see like pictures of people inside a house or wearing shoes inside a house, the people in the UK are like, what the hell is with Americans wearing shoes inside?
Oh, interesting.
Like, it's a big thing that, like, people from the UK will always point out, being like, Americans and their shoes inside the house.
That's so funny.
Which I don't really feel like it's that much of an
I
issue.
mean, right now you guys have got shoes in my bedroom. Like,
true,
how
yeah.
could you?
It's
I mean,
true.
it doesn't bother me. Like, when you guys came to my house
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
Tom was like, do I take my shoes off?
It was
And
a new house, so...
Yeah.
you know.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I guess for carpet, you're a bit more mindful.
Yeah.
But, like, to me, unless... I'm assuming when my friends come to my house, they're not walking into my house with dog shit all over their shoes, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. It's just like, did you step in dog shit? It's like, I don't think I've stepped in dog shit for about 20 years. But, like, I don't want to be the first time that I, like, do step in dog shit, I trek it through Damien's house.
Yeah, exactly.
I have stepped in dog shit recently. My parents' house. I was walking through. My dog just doesn't take a shit in the garden.
just shits wherever it wants.
Oh, in the house?
No, she not in the house. Outside.
around the house.
Around the side. But it's usually around the side of the house.
Right.
So
shame.
there is shame. She goes around the side of the house where no one really goes.
Where
Okay.
Marcus
One
dwells.
time I did that, and I was like,
And
oh, God damn it.
he went around the side of the house to take his shit.
Yeah.
Right.
He stepped in hers.
I was like, Amy, please.
Yeah. So, like, the shoes off policy, you don't
I
think
don't have any problem.
you're not going to expect people to be...
Look, I think in this person's situation, I probably would just buy, like, for my house, I bought those socks that kind of have like a very light base.
Okay.
So they're kind of like slippers, but they're a bit more comfortable. And you can just walk around in that. I think if it's going to avoid, annoying a neighbor, they sound unreasonable enough as it is. So why even bother?